Let me share with you a profile of the Shiranui mandarin tree and its fruit as well. So this is a Shiranui tree here. You may have seen this variety in the store sold under the name Sumo. It's the same variety as this here, Shiranui. The more like the official real name, not the trade name, is Shiranui. So I'll call it Shiranui, but it's the same as Sumo. Um, this variety was developed in Japan back in the 1970s and then later imported here to California. I budded Shiranui onto this tree a couple years ago. It was originally a pixie mandarin tree, and so up at the top there, that's a pixie mandarin, and then all this down in the lower half is Shiranui. You can easily tell the difference in size of the fruit. Here's a pixie, and here's a Shiranui. That's actually a small Shiranui. They have orange in their background. They're like a mandarin orange cross, and so it's a very large fruit to be considered a mandarin. And it's got a funky shape as well. I'm sure you noticed the kind of bump on the top, on the stem end of the rind, or the stem end of the fruit. It sometimes has that to the extreme, and then it sometimes barely has it, like this one. Or look at this one. There's really no bump on the top of that one. Anyway, the variety is a vigorous grower, really fast, and really, really fruitful. You might look at this cluster of fruit here and say, oh yeah, it's fruitful, but believe it or not, I've taken dozens of fruit off of that branch already, and we've eaten a few dozen off of this thing, and it still looks like it has a lot of fruit. So, highly productive variety in my experience. Let me grab a piece of fruit, open it up. Let me grab this one. We'll open it up and I'll show you what it's like inside. There we go. Let me pause and we'll peel this guy. So the rind is really thick, but it does peel well. And the top knot, the bump on the top of the rind helps with that. I would call it an easy peeler. And inside it's got very big, it's very large segments. In fact, I rarely even want to eat a whole one myself. I usually take it in halves and eat one half and save the other half for later. It's just too much fruit at one time for me. But the segments on my Shiranui mandarins from my tree are always seedless. I've never found a seed in them. However, I have heard that if grown in proximity to pomelos or maybe something else, maybe some grapefruits, I don't know, they can have some seeds, but mine are never seedy. The juice vesicles inside are large and really firm. They kind of explode as you chomp down on them. And there's a really rich flavor that has a hint of grapefruit in it. It can be very sweet. And it is even sweet right now. It's March now, but I generally start picking these things in February. At the same time, there's this kind of background hint or balance of like a like a kind of like an acid, you know, kind of tartness with a grapefruit flavor, which makes it unique to me. It's really different from any other mandarin I've ever eaten, and it's really fun to eat. It's just so big, man. Okay. That's a Shiranui tree and Shiranui fruit. Unique mandarin worth growing.